Hello.
I want my nickel back. After seeing Nickelback. Hey, we're going after one of the
Mhm.
one of the easiest targets. It's time to beat the dead horse that is Nickelback. That's what's kind of funny. It's like people
It's
don't
not.
even talk about it more, and then more now that I hear about them, people are just like, yeah, Nickelback sucks, but honestly, I feel like they always got too much slack. I just think it's like now that they're not popular anymore, people just feel bad of like people like totally dissing them. And just whenever you go like actually talk to Chad Kroger, he's like, "Hey, bro," he like gives you a beer, and you're like, "Oh, okay." Like, why do you people hate this guy? Because everyone forgot because no one actually listens to their music.
That's just terrible.
That
But,
nice dude that's married to Avril Lavigne.
oh god. But I completely understand. I understand. It's just such an over.
Hey,
It was.
there's one thing that Nickelback has over everybody, and that's the fact that they, in their early days, played at the I forget what that fucking bar was called, but the one where fucking Picton, where Robert Picton basically like lived behind. It was that bar where his brother had with all the Hell's Bikers Angels, and that's where Robert Picton would take the ladies back to his trailer to kill them. And Nickelback played at that bar uh, during the time period where Picton was doing all that shit back there with his giant hog scaring people.
So you're telling me that there is a chance that there was Robert Picton at a Nickelback show?
Yes, there very well could have been. Robert Picton could have came in probably during the show with his giant pig. That's one thing. That's one thing that they have on everybody is that they can say that they played a show.
Yes.
Robert Picton, which is
Because
we had to I have to begrudgingly admit to Nickelback kind of metal.
I hate to say it, metal people wish they were that metal.
Yeah, it was like in the early days. So I forget what that thing was called. It was like was it like the Royal Pig or some shit?
I wonder if it was called the Royal Pig because of Robert Picton's pig.
I know it was because of the connection to it, because it's like right by the slaughterhouse
Oh.
that they had with all the pigs.
Yeah, the gym challenge isn't gonna be here. It's gonna be at the vault.
Terrible, horrible thing for all the victims. Of course, I don't idolize Picton or any serial killers at all, but it's definitely one of the stories that interested me the most of like just the characters, and that was that story of Robert Picton on Last Pod. It's probably one of my favorite episodes.
I have to
Just
say it's more or less because there's a bit of a nostalgia connection because it was the very first one we listened to, but my favorite's got to be the Solar
oh yeah,
Order of the Solar
Solar
Temple.
Temple.
Yeah.
And I know you like the Amish Renukio one too.
Yeah, the Amshariki. Yes.
Because I remember like that was the first one I was just like I actually suggested to you after we listened to.
Uh, But yeah, I don't even to be honest, I'm gonna go into my journey of discovering last podcast was we hung out, of course, and I had to drive home, but I had to do like a 2 hour power nap so I
Mhm.
wasn't like dozing off driving.
Mhm.
So I did that, and I woke up and you were kind of listening to it, and I was like, what what is this awesome shit? And I think it was like the third episode of it, if I'm not mistaken, and you like did a crash. You gave me like a crash course, caught me up
Mhm.
on Robert Luke Jure and
Oh
De
yeah, yeah,
Bromo,
yeah,
De
yeah. The
Marimo.
Solar Temple.
Yeah, you gave me a crash course, and we listened. I actually decided to stay, and we listened to the whole episode, and I was just like, holy fucking shit. Because it's the episode where it's talking about how the dude, like, literally was, like, 2 steps away from basically getting murdered. And he was like, nope, I smell gasoline, and nope, the fuck out of there.
Yeah. It's definitely like that was definitely like a very it's a very obscure cult group too. You always hear about Jonestown and stuff, but
Yeah,
you never really hear about the Solar Temple, which is crazy.
that's because that was their that was their they did that by design though. You weren't
Hmm.
supposed to know about the Solar Temple.
Hmm.
It's supposed to be a secret organization.
Also, I mean, like if you notice, like a lot of the biggest cults are in a that are get talked about, or are American ones, kind of more of American centric kind
Which
of
is crazy
obsession.
because Jonestown, like, basically uprooted their American uh, stuff, like, completely did that and moved to Argentina and completely
Yeah,
did away with, like, their American ways.
yeah, but like they still had like the American eyes on them because like everyone loves talking about the crazy dude that just took a bunch of people into Argentina and then all that shit happened. I mean, there's so many people too, like so many family members that just like went off with him. And it's just like, wait, what the fuck? You're going to Argentina with who?
Yeah, I know. Fucking. And then, what was their. It wasn't the Jonestown wasn't the cult's name. What was the cult's name?
Oh, that was it was the People's Temple. Let me see, because
The
they
People's
actually
Temple or something like that.
yeah, it's People's Temple. I'm trying to think. It might have a full title. Let me see, because I have they're on Spotify.
Yeah, yeah, no, you shared a couple songs with me.
Yeah, People's Temple.
Yeah, and of
So I
course,
always love.
another one that's talked about a lot, but it's always missed. I hate fucking everybody doesn't know the real. And I last podcast needs to cover it correctly. The Waco, the Bridge Davidians.
Walking
That
with your
one is
father.
always mis. Everybody's always misinformed about them.
Hmm. True, true. People don't really know beyond just like the fire.
Yeah, and not many people realize that they fucking set the fucking fire
Yeah.
themselves. There's literally recordings of the people going, David said pour the gas.
Yeah, definitely.
What? David said pour the gas. Yeah, David said
I
pour the
wouldn't I
gas.
wouldn't have put it past the government, but that time it wasn't them.
It's like
But
the
who knows
only
what
time
they
we can
eventually would
fucking
have.
say that with a definitive fact.
Mm-hmm.
It's because there's recorded evidence.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but I think Robert Pickton was probably one of my favorite serial killer stories, just because out of all of them, except for like Ed Gein, he's the most Hills Have Eyes. He's the most like Texas Chainsaw. He's just like the dirtiest, nastiest, like kind of Canadian style redneck, but like rich, but he still chooses just to live in filth and like poverty. It's not even like living in poverty. He just doesn't. He didn't really care. Like he didn't spend his money big. He still gets like the rotten pigs and the and like gets his food from the trash, and his whole family did. He had like his family was just like a bunch of ghouls too, because he had like his mom, and she had
I'm
like
gonna
a
have
full
to
on like
re-listen.
mustache.
I'm gonna have to
She had like a
re-listen to
full
that one.
mustache, and she's the one that like taught him like getting like all their food from the trash too, even though they're all like filthy rich.
Definitely gonna have to re-listen to that one because I don't remember those details.
And she didn't give a shit about him
I
being a
remember
murderer
the
too, because
pig.
his first
That's
murder she
all.
helped cover. Hmm?
I remember him having a pig. You never trust anybody with a fucking pig. Because
But
not many
his
people know
his
this.
first murder I think was accidental. I think it was
Well,
no,
most people, unfortunately,
it wasn't,
most
that wasn't his,
murderers.
that was his brother's actually. It was the brother who owned the bar actually hit a kid with his car, and then his mom came and just like kicked the kid into the ditch. And the kid would have
Damn.
been fine, would have survived, but when he got kicked in the ditch, it was like full of water, so he just drowned. And yeah, and they had enough money, and they just got a little slap on the wrist and got away with it.
Fucking cruel.
That's what I was saying, like a fucking Leatherface family. And also the fact that Robert Pickton actually did sell human meat, and like into like meat. He had like he actually like gave human meat out as like gifts, as like pork meat.
I
So
remember
there's
that
like a
as
lot of,
well.
yeah. Not only that, but he would, that's how he got rid of his body parts, was selling them, and
But
also like any
I
of the hair
was
and
gonna.
stuff
I've
would go
talked
to
about
making
this.
makeup.
I've
Hmm?
talked about this several times. I was gonna get in why you don't trust anybody with a pig. It's
Hmm.
because you literally just have to not feed that pig for 7 days.
Hmm. That's crazy too, yeah, because he'd do that and he'd like fill them
You
up, of course, but then he'd still have too many body
see,
parts and the pigs wouldn't eat it all.
yeah.
So
See,
then he'd actually
the
have to
thing
sell
is,
the other
you don't
chunks.
feed the pig for 7 days. You shave the hair off. You remove the teeth
Hmm.
and the toenails and fingernails, and you just let the pig have it, and it will devour the whole fucking thing.
Ah, yeah.
Pig farmers are the worst because they're most likely shady fuckers that deal in underground body disposal.
Here, here's the thing about pig farmers. They either have that pig for getting rid of bodies, for fucking, or for both. Most times, both. That's my that's my
I'm agreeing with it.
that's my redneck stand up there. That's fair. I'll be up there. I'll be up next week with Larry the Cable Guy.
Uh,
But it's actually a super cheap show, so they actually couldn't pay enough for him to do the Larry the Cable Guy persona. So it's just, the actual dude.
he's not gonna be doing Prilosec stuff.
No, he's gonna be only doing Prilosec stuff, but not as Larry the Cable Guy.
He's just gonna be explaining the side effects of Prilosec.
Yeah, he's just gonna have a PowerPoint presentation for about 2 hours, and then I'll come out for 30 minutes, and then the show ends. I only have about 3 minutes of content. I
Maybe.
might, I might just steal a little bit, because I feel like he only has 2 hours, and his PowerPoint presentation is. I think there's a little bit more of it. I might just steal a little bit of it. I might just buy a little bit of his PowerPoint presentation to kind of fill in the gaps. I think there's some inactive ingredients he isn't going to cover. I think they're really important. I think they should be covered. The inactive ingredients they get you. You think they're inactive, but they're more active than you think. I'm waiting for you to segue to anything else.
I'm pretty stuck. No, open him off.
How can you let her baby? Odoris Avenge. Or Batman. Or One Punch Man.
Just trying to think what would be the best.
Like no one ever was. Bow, bow, bow.
I'm gonna go with Odorous.
Odoris.
I like how the dragon type only has 2 dragon types.
We hit a ground and a rock right now. A pure rock. And a pure ground.
I should have brought the fighting out. I should have brought One Punch out.
Oh. As Lance always says, if it looks like a
Glare.
dragon,
Who's he
it is
glaring
a
at?
dragon.
Duchess! Oh no, Duchess are paralyzed.
So at least Lance had the excuse of being in Gen 1 where there's only one dragon type. So he had to kind of be like, okay, we're getting a Charizard and we're getting an Aerodactyl. Because I can only have so many Dragonites and Dragonaires.
I know that it wouldn't have. I think he should have had at least all 3, the whole line at least.
Mm.
What is that?
Really, someone who needs to put air in their tires.
Okay. Focus punch. User. Damn it.
They're rolling flat.
We really... Should I teach it focus punch?
No.
No?
No.
No. Alright.
It always goes second, and if they use any type of like attacking move, then it won't hit. So you can just like keep using it and just keep getting smacked.
So it's a move that has low priority. That sucks.
Yeah, it's low priority, and also like if they get hit, like he'd have to like use something like sand attack or something for it to actually hit. He can't actually be hit if he uses it. Then he'll lose focus.
He has 1 Pokemon, and we have 5 Pokemon. What are we gonna do?
It's actually perfect that you whispered because I was actually going by sleeping people's room. Looking for my goddamn it.
Ooh, he turned his dragon into a skyscraper.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Even though it's a skyscraper, if I if I had one of these, I'd name it Mecha Godzilla. That way, whenever I get a Poke, I always call it
Ooh,
Space Godzilla,
Odorous,
and then I have a
yes.
Tyranitar.
Odorous
I knew
toughed it out.
Godzilla.
Odorous toughed it out.
Nice.
For our love. The sandstorm should be, like, going away, shouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, if it's from an ability, then it's not gonna go away. Sandstream is the one that he has when you smack him and then he starts releasing you.
That's annoying.
Yep, that's permanent sandstorm right now, unless like you used a weather move.
Wow, your Pokemon's weak, dude. If couldn't knock out Dutches.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh, we didn't even have to use a Dynamax Pokemon, dude. That is...
You know what? That's fitting after the person we fought, where he taught us like, yeah, we don't even really need that, do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we proved it to him. Now we can... now we can slide into his DMs.
Now we have to go evolve Cubfu.
Not right hands. I don't want to slide into right hands DMs.
I know you're talking about Pierce.
Yes.
I don't know. If he's a receiver, maybe.
Maybe if he was in a different outfit.
I don't know. I like that hoodie.
Like, I don't hate the hoodie. I don't find his outfit like attractive.
Yeah, I would do it so I could steal his hoodie. What dragon is that supposed to be?
Like is it supposed to be like a? I was almost gonna say, I mean, the black on there makes it not, but I was gonna say the red head on there almost made it like Jerdigan or whatever the fuck it's called.
I don't know if it's supposed to be a Pokemon dragon or not.
Might just be a.
Yes, we
Nondescript
completed
dragon.
the gym challenge. And now we get to go to the final area.
Yay!
Aww.
Magnolia.
Uh-huh.
Sonya.
How do I even...
Johnny Cage.
Oh, yeah.
Scorpion.
The Magnolia just
Sub-Zero.
retired, and Sonya's the Professor Sonya. Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. Boop, 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 boop. Sonya. Johnny Cage. Scorpion.
Alright.
Sub-Zero.
And this will be a bye-bye.
Reptile. Mortal Kombat.